Hello, hello, welcome to my stream. Let me pull up chat here. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. It is a Saturday. Um, and tonight we are playing The Life and Suffering of Sir Brant in the times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire. Yes, I can read. My name is Sel. Welcome to my stream. Um, My neighbors have been playing loud music, so like if that's a thing, then just be aware that that's a thing. And uh I'm sorry if the music is bad music. I have no control over it, but you probably won't be able to hear it. Um but just know that that's a possibility and that's just kind of fun in a way, really. Okay. Also, I'm very sleepy tonight, so I am sorry if I don't have as much energy as I would personally like. Um because I am just very sleepy today. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired. I think it's one of those times where like you were more stressed throughout the week than you thought, and or like weeks for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know. It caught up with me, I guess. I didn't realize it until today, and I realized I'm tired. Okay, new game? Because I don't think I have played yet. Yeah, anime illustrations, subtitles in the cutscenes. Yeah, we need subtitles. Music is low, sound is high. It's questionable, but we'll keep it. Okay. Continue. New game, I mean. Sir, oh, what should our name be? Oh, goodness. Um, 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 hmm, hmm, um, this is a hard game already. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Um, 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 no, what's a good name? No, I don't know. Um, sir, sir. Okay. Cause like it needs to be a guy name, and my name's not a guy name. Like, what's it like? Cause I can't be Cel or Celestine, and like I don't know what the guy name that's similar starts with C, something like Cell. I don't know. So I don't know. We'll just do Sir. Sir. Okay. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brand will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brand's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brand's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brant cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brant, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you. Okay. On me?
The story of my life remains written on these pages.
Is that loud?
But my fate has always been my own. Every deed,
It
every
sounds loud
choice,
to me.
every person I met made me what I am. Could I
It
have
sounds
taken
very
a different
loud.
path? Could I have
As soon
found
as
a
I
different
can, I'll
calling?
change the settings.
Altered the
Oh. Never mind. It just skipped that. Okay. Sound, maybe? Sounds very loud to me. Okay. Zoom. Your fingers are stained at the end of time. Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you? And how did you reach this end? Okay, yeah, so it's hard. So this game is one of the games that's really hard to get the volume right on because as soon as I switch to a different window, it stops playing the sound from the game. So I can't actually look at the volume controls because I don't have more than one monitor, so I can't actually look at the levels in Streamlabs, so which is usually how I figure out the volume, is just by looking at the Streamlabs levels. So yeah, so this I'm not sure what the volume is, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and there's no one around to tell me, so it's fine. How will you reach this? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, oh, they're different things, okay. Nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is naught but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life, and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice. All of it led you here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path? Chosen a different calling? Found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now on the verge of death you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Your life. Of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate? Or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? A man himself, the world around him, a higher power, there is no destiny. Your life has always been yours to live. You made your own destiny. See, I want to go with that, or there is no destiny. They seem very similar to me. You know, I'll say there is no destiny, because even the man himself, like, the world around him does affect, like, things. So we'll say there is no destiny. There is no destiny. Scribble, scribble. Clunk. Smash the table. You stand tall and stare death in the face, unflinching. There is no higher power guiding your life. It was just a wild jig, a chaotic tangle of innumerable human wills, actions, and accidents. The only thing that could ever turn this chaos into an orderly narrative is the eternal human drive for storytelling. Your life had no greater meaning. You were neither cursed by fate nor guided by providence, and this is what made you truly free. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Sir Brante will live once more. Continue. Childhood. Continue. Chapter 1. Childhood. Okay. Okay. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? Prologue, growing up. In chapters, childhood, adolescence, and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Sir Brante grow up to be? It's my call. Wow. Okay. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. The fencing lesson. Beyond, insight, and okay, I don't want to read those. Your personal qualities this age. They determine which choices you may take. Determination. I'm spineless, but I am but a baby. Perception. I'm inattentive once again, but a baby. Willpower. I'm ready for action. I am a baby who is ready for action. Untouched by death. Yes, that is usually how living babies work. Okay, the sections that open in this chapter. Destiny screen is now available. Personality screen is now available. House of Brante screen is now available. And family is now available. Well, look at them all. 0 years, lowborn. Occupation, growing up. I like how that's an occupation. That sounds fair enough. Oh wait, are there different... Okay, no. Do I? Weren't there other things in this? Or were there just 3 of them? Oh, deaths, I guess, was the other one. Oh, family. Oh, the House of Brante. Let's look where we're at. Heir, Stephen Brante. Is that... Oh, it's my brother. Robert Brante's son was from his first marriage, and a noble by birth. From a young age, he has been striving to be first in all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. What if I chose that name for me? We have tarnished honor. Wonder what happened. Moderate means, that's good. And peace. Okay, we're at peace. That's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, and then family. More information. Okay. I have a brother who is from Amalia Elborn, his ex-wife. Oh, well, because she died. And then Lydia Brante. Gregor is the grandfather. Robert. He looks weird. Lydia looks like a man, to be honest, but that's fine. Sir Brante, that's me. Gloria is a sister. Is she not the daughter of my father? Oh, let's read all the descriptions. Okay, grandfather. We have -1. He doesn't like us. Nobleman of the Mantle. The head of the Brante family and a nobleman of the Mantle, a senior judge at the Anizote I guess. Prefecture. He was the first person in the family to get an education and achieve a noble title. His dream is to see the family ennobled by the sword. A fierce defender of the ancient order, he is preoccupied with arranging the future of his family line. Okay. Well, let's read about our dad first. Okay, we have sympathy with him. He has sympathy for us. We're his child, so we have a positive relationship with him. That's good. A nobleman of the mantle and a judge at the Anazote Prefecture. Following the footsteps of his father Gregor, he earned a noble title and a position at the prefecture. He works tirelessly in his judicial service for the sake of his family. He took your low-born mother Lydia as his second wife, thereby jeopardizing the family's noble future. Oh, because she's low-born. I see. Okay, let's look at her. That is true death. Never to be reborn. Okay. 0. She doesn't care about us because she's dead. Doesn't even know we're alive. Stephen's birth mother. She died while giving birth to him. She was a noblewoman of the sword and the sister of Augustin Elborn, a powerful family friend. The match between her and your father was your grandfather's doing. Amalia is said to have been a striking woman with a forceful personality who is proud of her noble origins. Okay, and then let's look at our dad, or let's look at her son, our half-brother. +1, indifference. But we still have +1, so it's a positive relationship. It's good. Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and a noble by birth. From a young age, he has been striving to be first in all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. Okay. Alright, now our mom, +2 sympathy, good, she likes us. A humble commoner from the outskirts of Anazote. Neither her lowly origins nor the fact that your grandfather directly forbade the marriage stopped your father from taking her into his home. She now manages the household and raises Robert's children. Your mother is devoted to her faith and insists that her children observe their lots. Okay. And then Gloria, +1, so the same relationship as her brother. The illegitimate daughter of your mother, Lydia. She has never met her real father. Her position in the family is precarious. Robert Brante has never acknowledged her as his own daughter. Your sister is a dreamer. She often has her head in the clouds and can act recklessly at times. Okay. She's low-born. Oh, and that is us. We are also low-born. And he's also a nobleman of the mantle, our half-brother. Okay. Okay, we've read all the things. Let's go now. Begin chapter. Let's go. Year 1118. Is this meant to be in, like, the real world? Because they did not look like they were wearing clothes from 1118. Just saying. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory. You were lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You were not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands toward you. There are 2 of them, the ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and empathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. A soft, open palm, a strong, closed fist, a lingering, distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. We're gonna reach out to the fist. The fist is stiff, coarse, and even unpleasant to the touch, but this firm hand belongs to your father. A tiny newborn, you are helpless before the full-grown man. Your little hand practically challenges him and his strength, and he accepts the challenge. Your father's fist opens. His hand strokes your little hand gently, if somewhat awkwardly. It is a tender gesture, a glimpse into something he will seldom let show in the years to come. We're still spineless, but we're a little less spineless than we were before. You know, I mean, it's hard being a baby. Everything's very scary. Your life in this world begins. How will you live it? I don't know. Let's see. One-year-old. We are so much more mature now. Hide and seek. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. I think that creepy scream came from outside. Right? Was it in the game or was it outside? Who knows? Hello there, little Sir Brante. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. My, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are 2 more children in the family, named Stephen and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stephen likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you into the air. Oh, look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge because you were born a commoner. Okay? Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby sir, let's go play in the yard. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at it. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How's he gonna play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stephen and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to your mouth for some reason. And then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stephen's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Oh, we're gonna cry loudly. Because we're a baby, and that's what we're gonna do. You take a deep, deep breath and start bawling. This is the loudest you have ever cried. It is a cry of sheer terror, the cry of a boy waiting to be found, a boy whose brother and sister hurt his feelings when they left him all alone. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Mother leans over you. So that's where they took you. Your tears dry the moment you see her. You greet her with glee. There is no reason to be afraid anymore. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears, just like you. Stephen stares at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. I have a lot of willpower. I am full of power. I am one little powerful baby. But now I'm 2 years old. The Great Descent. Another memory. You are still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stephen is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the Great Descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descend to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing there but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused, with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It's a little song that your mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them, 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze, and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, sir? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime, from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. If you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and they then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerge 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Ghosts. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. What will those words be? Finish the song properly. Or sing the last line wrong. I think we're gonna just sing it properly. I don't like the ghosts watching us. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. Would I have said, like, for the twins are over there or something? Like, what was the option for making up my own line, you know? You sing the last line together with Gloria. Your sister looks up at you in surprise and gives you a nod. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Gloria turns her head to look at where you were staring. Did you see something, sir? You shake your head. Not anymore. Still inattentive, but I'm a little less inattentive than I was before. I am 3 years old now. Wow. Ooh, 1121, Spring, the Origin. You are starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service. Your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. You can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother, Stephen, now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names, and Stephen pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stephen gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl, you will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trip, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of war, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first you need to grow up. Yeah, grow up, baby. What are you, a little child? Grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. Okay. It's a lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stephen is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with the wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She's not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stephen, sir? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with a real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stephen hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer, but your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stephen looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Accept our punishment? Demand an explanation. We're just going to deny our guilt. We didn't do it. He hit us first. You break out of your mother's arms and start screaming. You're innocent, you cry, and if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into Mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, sir. You're born a commoner. My son. Power and will is not your lot. This is Stephen's lot. He'll be a noble soon. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You will have to accept it. You are flogged in front of the entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that you are your brother's equal. It is the only way you can prove that one day you will have the right to rule and fight. I am active. How exciting. Resolute and adamant would be cooler, but at least we're not spineless anymore. That's good. That's because we're not a baby anymore. Gloria's rhymes. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey, sir, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. That's stupid. Stupidest thing. If mommy hears about it, still her quote. Whoops. Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stephen? Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great, says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it is mine. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She is holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You're absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. And I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble. But that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to the scene, unsure of how to act. Oh. We can't offer to write rhymes with her. That's unfortunate. I don't want to complain about her. That's not nice. Oof. We'll comfort her. I'm gonna take a drink. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking. But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me, really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you. Sir, you are the best little brother in the world. The two of you make a little deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets, always. Yay. She is grateful to us. And we have +2 sympathy now. That's good. But we are, not full of power anymore. That's unfortunate. Continue. We're now 4 years old. Ooh. Winter, the coming sacrament. Mother is in her armchair knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stephen and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stephen, you see. He's a son of another mother, and Gloria is a daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How is that even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stephen and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right and then to the younger on the left. Stephen, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stephen, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Psh, suffering is a blessing? That's rude. I don't like this society. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stephen is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all is the same, and yet nothing has changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. Yeah, okay, never mind. Ugh. He likes us less now? What a pompous ass. Okay, screw you. We are now in disagreements. We didn't even do anything. That's so rude. Your siblings, Stephen and Gloria took their first sacrament at the temple. Let's continue. You eye the little bundle in your... Oh, the newborn's cry. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stephen and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him. Oh no. The two of you will play together and tease Stephen together and help Mother together and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. And Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She's so worn out, she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You'd better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting. But instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, sir, you're bothering me. Yeah, naming him sir makes it all the more like passive-aggressive. She spits these words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite. Or respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. Her cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. Oof, she should really not shake him so much. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You are scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life much more. Redirect her anger to me. Oh, but that's gonna take away all of my willpower. I am not going to hug her. She's a meanie. I'm gonna redirect her anger to me. I'll take it. No. Wait, she's gonna stop shaking him, right? Mother keeps shaking Nathan violently, and you cannot stay away any longer. He is no longer bawling. He is shrieking. Just leave me alone. But then out comes your voice, so loud it drowns out their cries. No, it's not Nathan's fault, Mother. You're just tired. Please don't do anything to my little brother. If you have to punish somebody, punish me instead. He's too young. He won't understand. Your mother freezes and looks at you. Her eyes, two narrow slits. Her stare is cold and full of pure wrath. So pure you cannot help but recoil in fear. Are you trying to teach me how to take care of a child? Are you giving me lessons on calming a newborn baby? You are insolent, insipid, nagging, know-it-all. It's time you learned your place. Maybe if you hadn't shaken us as a baby, probably, maybe we wouldn't be insolent and insipid and all of that stuff, Maybe you shouldn't shake your babies. She puts Nathan on the bedsheets, then moves toward you. At least she put Nathan down. You step back, but a closed door blocks your way. She slaps you across the face. Your ears ring from the heavy blow, and your cheek burns? Probably cheek burns from her wrath. You wince and close your eyes, expecting a second slap, but nothing comes. Nothing but Mother's heavy breath and Nathan's shrill cries. Then there is a knock at the door. You step aside. Father walks in. He looks at you clutching a reddened cheek, at the bawling baby, at Mother, her eyes red with rage and tears, her breath heavy and ragged. Go to your room, son. I'll join you soon. You do as you're told. Back in your room, you press your aching cheek against the cold window, hurt and dazed by what just happened. Soon enough, Nathan stops crying. You hear Father's heavy footsteps in the hallway. He comes into your room and sits on the bed next to you. Oh, hello, Dawn of Grimm. I'm having a nice night. Hope you are as well. Appreciate the lurk. So that's perfectly fine. Lurking is super cool. Thank you for saying hello. Okay. Son, please do not be angry with your mother. The twins know she wishes nobody any harm. This is a difficult time for her, but we will make it through as a family. You stepped up to protect your brother. You acted like a little nobleman today. I'm proud of you. Your mother and Nathan are resting now. How bad does it hurt? You shake your head. Not bad, but your hand still aches to clutch the cheek. Father embraces you with a sorrowful smile and gingerly pats you on the head as you press your forehead into his housecoat. Things grow calm now. The trouble is past and you are quietly happy. Okay. We are still active, but we are more determined than before. Nathan's birth. My younger brother Nathan is born, and luckily isn't dead yet. But he may have brain damage. We're now 5 years old. Wow, that's actually pretty old. We're growing up. Slowly but surely. Toy soldiers. You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He is finally back home after a long trip. Sir, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. Stephen wants to come with you too, but your father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. Yeah, he's a little spoiled. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Anazote. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There is a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all over the city. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our God's own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned, not even the clergy know why. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop near a city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead, take your present. Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He is about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you, and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. Just like that toy soldier. The rich boy screams so loudly everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me, he hit me. A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. But then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulders. What happened? You press against father, your mind more at ease. He will protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. Yeah, why are we so rude? Is this true, sir? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? Admit your guilt. Oof. Do we quietly say it was an accident? And we're gonna tell him the truth. We're gonna be truthful. It isn't fair to blame you without letting you speak too. You didn't want to shove that stupid boy. He was the one who shoved you first. What? That's not what happened. I said we're telling the truth. But the angry nobleman, the boy's father, will not let you finish. Nobody cares a whit for your so-called truth, little lowborn. The law is the law, and your punishment is due. Your father nods in agreement to these words, no matter how sad they may make him. They lead you... Oh. A little bit of blood on the book. Whoopsies. They lead you and the nobleman's son out of the shop. You are told to bow to him and show humility. A bad feeling sends a shiver down your spine. With a satisfied grin on his face, the boy swings his arms and slaps you on the cheek. He strikes you again and again. Enough. He got what he deserved. We're leaving. Get out of our way. Your head is swimming from the heavy blows. You return to your senses back in your bed, with servants treating your face. Father stays by your side all day. The morning after, you find a little box on your bed with the tin soldiers of the Holy Order inside. You paid dearly for your stubbornness. But now we are resolute. That's what we really want, right? That's all. Father's sword. This is an event is a consequence of your previous actions. Conditions met. Determination is greater than 4. Okay. Father's sword. When father is not working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard, practicing his fencing. You are allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It is a new day today, and father has been busy in his study since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for today. The house is empty, and you spot father's sword hanging by the yard door. He must have left it there by accident after a training session. You deliberate at first, then grab the sword with resolve and run outside. At last you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it was made specifically for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired, but at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as a thin blade slices through the air. But you swing too far back. The blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. Then we got a little blood on the page again. A sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You try to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop bleeding, but all you do is make the blood flow faster. Sir, what are you doing here? The familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arm rips off a length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. Okay. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace. My son, why did you have to take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is not a toy. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. One day you might have a chance to earn the right to carry a weapon, but first you must have patience and study and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself." You rarely spend time with father without someone else around. There is a paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder barely hurts now. You would be glad to be convinced by what he says. How can you forget your dream? But how can you forget your dream? How can you abandon it just to earn father's approval? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? We'll agree with father. It's fine. We'll earn it. We'll have our patience and we'll study. And then he'll have to fulfill his promise and teach us. You take a deep breath, then slowly and solemnly swear that you will never touch a sword again until you earn a nobleman's title. This promise is a difficult one for you to make. No more secret fights with imaginary blade. No more battles with sticks. If you give your word, you must keep it. I think we can still use sticks. That seems fine to me. But whatever. Our word is our word, I guess. Father smiles at you warmly. It is one thing to make a promise and another to keep it. But I know you can do it, my son. You are on your way to becoming a man of your word. Let's go back inside now. He picks up the sword and leads you back into the house. You wash the blood from the cut and agree to keep this a secret from everybody. Then father asks you to come into his study with him. He tells you stories of his studies in the capital. He tells you about studying for the judgeship and the trials he had to face to be ennobled by the mantle. Father brings several toy soldiers from the house. He uses them to reenact the famous Battle of the Green River. The floor of the study becomes a battlefield, and the books on his table turn into riverside hills. You try your best to remember his every word. Aw, that's really nice. That's cute. Okay. We're full of power again. And we also are better friends with our father, so that's nice. We're 6 years old now. Honestly, vaguely surprised that we were 5 years old and strong enough to lift a sword. Like, I mean, obviously we can lift it, I guess, but like, how are we even able to like hurt ourselves with it? Like, surprised that we could like wield it well enough with enough force to hurt ourselves, you know? I mean, like, we were 5. How strong are we? I know it's just a small sword, but still, it's I don't know. I guess we're just a very strong little 5-year-old. I mean, it also just feels like the size. Like, I guess if it's a small sword, it's fine. But anyway, today, father or the summer 2011-24 summer, the family dinner. Today, father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home, outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stephen, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden. And now a dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together with father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny sing-song voice. Stephen mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloriana's turn. Why keep saying Gloriana? Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile on his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stephen listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. What? Why is he not impressed? Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile off father's face, until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming back to Anazote. He is the head of our family, my father. Oh, I thought he might have died, but instead he's coming back. Your grandfather, Gregor Brante, returned to the family home from the capital. The intrusion. Ever since the news of grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. They make Stephen stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, Mother, Stephen, Gloria, you and Nathan, the entire Brante family stands on the porch in the front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, Father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I have been away far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, did I not? Yet you did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? They are being raised in a virtuous family, Father. And yet you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your eldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stephen with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stephen for the journey. Stephen freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in Mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? 10 soldiers in your younger son's room. He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes the box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from the first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in the flames. We're going to rescue our soldiers. We'll never leave a man behind. Don't even question it. I'm coming for you, soldiers. I'll save you. You run to the fire and take the box out. The wood is hot to the touch and the edges are burnt. The pain comes slowly. Horrible burns on your hands appear a few moments later. Mother gasps loudly. Then suddenly, a heavy blow strikes you on the back. You turn around to see grandfather towering over you, his walking stick in hand. You stare back at him defiantly. How dare you defy me, whelp? You are nobody. Furious, grandfather wrenches a toy box out of your hands and leaves the room. Father follows him immediately, yet he sneaks in a hidden smile for you before he is gone. Okay. Well, grandfather, didn't we already have -1 with him before? Relations +1. Okay. Okay, so he actually liked that. That was a good move. Good. Yeah, see, we'll prove it to you. Yeah, we got more determined. Yeah, take that. No one hurts our little toy soldiers. Not the Holy Order. Okay. Soon grandfather leaves. Or it's 11:24 fall, the master of the house. Soon grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stephen goes with him. From that day on, father's hired teachers tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life in the blessed Arachnean Empire. You often distract yourself from their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your elder brother. Too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stephen. Grandfather has sent him to boarding school for nobles, and he is now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. And I've been studying with my peers. We're learning how to live as nobles in a noble society. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. With Stephen now at the boarding school, grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the empire, and has to travel there. One day you ask Mother where he lived before. In Eterna, she says, but now his place is here. Each time grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating grandfather's chambers, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject the house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's answer is always the same. This home is mine, and I will live here as befits a man of nobility. An illustrious guest. Some days grandfather stays home, and on those days you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is there, but you cannot bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She has been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table where nobody used to sit before. Robert, it is high time your youngest sons underwent their sacraments. Sir Brante, please, let them live free of the lot for a little longer. They are but... Shut your mouth. Robert, that wife of yours is impertinent enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It is time you considered a real marriage, Robert, one to a woman of the proper station. Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down Mother's cheek. Father does not look away from the plate, his hands clenched into fists. Baroness Lodar is one such woman. She is a comely widow and a fine match. She is suing for inheritance right now and could use proper support and a husband. You can keep your lowborn Lydia around if you like, servant mistress. I don't care. I will not do that, Father. I'm the head of this family, and the family standing took a severe blow after you married that commoner. It is unthinkable. How could you give up the memory of beautiful Amalia Elborn for this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers? But now you have a chance to make things right. Don't disappoint me. Father nods curtly, trying not to look in Mother's direction. Father, I wish to see Stephen. If I find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared. Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate, and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then Father stands up and orders you and the other children back to your rooms. He needs to speak to Mother in private. Father comes to your room before bedtime. He sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts the crease on the woolen blanket. On the woolen blanket. Woolen blanket would be really weird. Adjusts the crease on the woolen blanket. He distanced himself from you after Stephen's departure, so you are not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face in the dark. There is a sour expression on it. My son, Baroness Emma Lodar will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down. On the next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She has been crying, and for a long time. It hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets, your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look about him. You hear the sound of wheels and hooves against the cobbles in the yard. Then a pair of dainty heels come clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still, fearing Grandfather's observant eye. The door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful, dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Ooh, that's not from our year 1124. Father takes the hand of Lady Elodar and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother. Baroness, allow me to introduce you. Robert's sons, Sir and Nathan Brante. Frankly, it's his eldest Stephen who deserves the most attention, but currently he is studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his younger sons will also make me proud one day. Grandfather eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her here, next to your mother, your father's rightful wife? Do I greet the Baroness politely, walk away with Mother? We're gonna maintain our composure. I don't want to. This is a situation we shouldn't have to be in. You mutter a proper greeting to Lady Elodar and bow your head. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Mother walking upstairs to her room. You, on the other hand, follow Father and Grandfather obediently into the sitting room. Grandfather and Baroness Elodar engage in small talk over dinner. They discuss her inheritance litigation, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father is mostly silent, only getting in a word or two. Maybe she should marry Grandfather. The morning after, Father leaves for Eterna with Grandfather to visit Stephen. He returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You overhear your parents talking. Apparently, Grandfather has already poisoned Stephen's mind against him, and he greeted Father with cold hostility. The name of Baroness Elodar is never mentioned in the house again. See? See, Mother, you didn't have to worry. We're 7 years old. We're almost out of childhood. Wow. The kaleidoscope. Father now checks on your studies often, and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in an incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says he wishes Stephen had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear these words from your father, of all people. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. It feels lighter around the house without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She has already helped you progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now, she seems preoccupied with a strange tube. Aren't you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you, you ask? Gloria just shrugs. Grandfather always says they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot worse because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way, that's it. She shows you the strange tube she has been holding all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eye sees a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors. They mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fire burning in the fireplace into a cavalry made of flames. You are riding at the front of the fiery horsemen, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines, and you swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through the window. The patterns are unending, secretive and calm and peaceful, just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold radiating gentle warmth like Mother's arms. This fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again you see your family in these interconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. In the middle of this golden glow you see Gloria's green eyes gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago. The books are abandoned, and time slips away unchecked, but you are still busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes again and again, but you cannot preserve it no matter how you try. You are caught in an inner conflict. There's so much that can be done with this kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart, or ask Gloria how it works, or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you? But you still have lessons to do today. We should return to our studies. I feel like if we take the kaleidoscope apart, we are going to break it, and Gloria will be mad at us. So I think we should just return to our studies. We have lessons we need to do. Or, you know, we'll just keep looking through the kaleidoscope. It's a nice middle ground. And I feel it's good for us. It's helping us emotionally process things. Or, well, mentally. Well, it's helping us process. I don't know how we're processing it, but we are. You continue peering into the ever-changing patterns of the kaleidoscope offers you. They become truly interesting when you point it at the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. In your mind's eye, one battle follows another, filling your ears with clanging steel and the neighing of horses. You are leading the Imperial Army now. Everybody is so proud of you. Grandfather says you are better than Stephen, and Father's stern voice cuts your daydream short. You lost all track of time. It is evening now. How did you get your hands on this toy, sir? Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You will have double the lessons tomorrow. Okay, it's fine. As long as we catch up on our lessons, it's cool. I feel like that was a good experience. I'm gonna take a drink. Sweet temptation. Grandfather's visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. He has become something you are used to. Something nagging, yet not unordinary, like a splinter or a stain on your trousers. Attention still remains, however. Sir Gregor's disdain for everyone in the house is so palpable it almost stings for real. Your lessons with the tutor are done for today. You are walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slightly open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap her lightly on the shoulder. She is startled. Oh, it's you, sir. Look, Gregor's eating something. Grandfather is sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another now and then. Inside the bowl you see candied fruit, a sweet confectionery forbidden to the common estate like all sweet things. Yet Grandfather's face shows no pleasure as he keeps consuming the high-born treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on a shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city at this time. Gloria nudges you with her elbow and looks at the candy bowl when you look at her. The first emotion you feel is fear, but next comes curiosity, and it is stronger. Stephen used to boast that candied fruit tastes incredible, and now you have a perfect opportunity to try it. You try a candied fruit first. The sugar starts to melt as soon as you put it on your tongue. It is so sweet. You have never eaten anything as good as this. You take the whole bowl off the shelf and give it to your sister. She takes a fruit and brings it to her mouth, carefully, like a rare treasure. There is a thumping on the stairs, footsteps accompanied by the knocking of a walking stick. You have no idea why, but Grandfather is back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria after you, but she is frozen in place with the bowl in her hands. The door opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances on Gloria. His hand seizes her arm. You squalid, ungrateful, low-born child! How dare you bite the hand that feeds you? You and your trollop of a mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. The sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble estate, not for the likes of you, and you forget your lot. His hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. She falls to the floor right next to where you are hidden. Her fingers glisten with the warm, melted sugar that brought you here. Grandfather advances again, his walking stick ready, but then he sees you huddling behind the armchair. Please don't hurt him, Sir Brant. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me. You can already see a bruise on Gloria's cheek. This is only the beginning of her punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed, unlike you. You can still avoid your punishment. What is it then, milksop? Did you try the sugar too, or were you trying to stop this piece of filth like she says? Are we gonna tell the truth? We're gonna lie? Or start mocking Grandfather, convinced that Gloria will join me? Tell the truth? It feels like telling the truth is a smart decision. walking grandfather too? Like... I want to do this, I think. We'll mock him. Because I want to try to take... Because I'm worried that if we tell the truth, like just straight up tell the truth, then Gloria will get in trouble for lying as she was trying to save us, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know what this route really takes. I don't know the details, but it feels like the best way to avoid both of the options that I don't like. You jump up and try to shield Gloria. Then you start boasting right in his face. Yes, you did eat the sugary treat, and it was very much the opposite of sweet. Good thing Gloria did not have time to eat hers, or it would have disappointed her too. Gloria catches on in a moment. Yeah, sugary treats are for fat, noble kids, and they're gross to us. We're just commoners. You continue her train of thought. Why, we simply got curious after Stephen started boasting about it. He told us these treats are so good you could eat them forever, but no, your elder brother lied. They are simply unbearable. But then again, what else would you expect from grandfather's darling Stephen? Grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow. But we got some blood on the page again. How you dare mock me? I will not let this stand. Know your place, you foul, low-born scum. He keeps hitting you until he grows tired, and then he leaves you where you are, muttering in impotent rage. Soon enough, Mother comes in to find the two of you on the floor, too afraid to move. She shakes her head in disappointment. You are badly hurt and covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts on the lots and how important it is to follow them. Gloria's face is bruised and swollen, but she still gives you a weak smile. Okay, see, we got through it. You can destroy our faces, but you can never destroy our hearts. Or something like that. We got him so riled up, 2 commoners made an honorable noble feel helpless. Makes all the pain worth it, isn't that right, brother? Your entire body hurts from the heavy blow, but deep inside you are ecstatic. You stood up to grandfather today. It is a victory you will remember for the rest of your life. Oh yay, now Gloria likes us too. Hooray! Continue on. My grandfather doesn't like us, but he's an ass, so, like, that's fine. And we are still resolute. The sacrament. Father and Mother have been focused on Nathan and you since early morning. Instead of breakfast, you were told to say your prayers, wash your hands and faces, and get dressed in plain white shirts. Today is the day of your sacrament. Mother, I want to go play in the yard. Not today. No playing today. You and Sir are big boys now. It is time for you both to have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot. I don't want a lot. Be quiet and listen. You were born commoners, so you must accept a low-born lot before the twins. When you grow up, you will get a chance to earn a noble lot. Father and Mother take you to the carriage. Nathan is hungry. He starts whining. Grandfather is the last to get in the carriage. His eyes are on you and your brother, looking for every fault. Soon the carriage is moving along the streets of Anazote, slowly and solemnly. One more turn and you see the colossal white building marked by 2 massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you are to enter the Church of the Twin Gods. You enter the gate and walk under the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into 2 halves. They are drastically different from one another. The floor on one side is rough and jagged and covered in dried brown spots, where the floor on the other is made of smooth marble. Look, there's a picture. I guess. The commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and the well-dressed nobles and their families sit in pews. Okay, this is what that's on. Okay. Father and grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone floor of the commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see her wince in pain, for the low-born estate shall suffer in the house of faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and the other children will take your sacrament this day. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with a sword in one hand and a hefty whip in the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. He dislikes this place. He is scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach roils in uneasy anticipation. The first child to take the sacrament is a jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends the sword before him and recites the words of his lot. From this day forth he will fight and rule and pursue the arts, his mind now forever free from the throes of suffering, for he now belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade with his lips. Nathan is next to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fretful trance and tries to break free, but the acolyte pulls him towards the altar and throws him on the jagged floor on the lowborn side. The sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, spraying drops of blood around him. Drops of red around him. I don't know what that is. I don't wanna... Sir, why do they want to whip me? What did I do? You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and protect him, but the acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. The priest starts reciting the words of the lot as he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure, and work, and suffer. Thou shalt be ardent in thy labor, and humble in obedience to thy rulers. And now cometh thy first true suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks. It strikes his right shoulder. It strikes his left shoulder. The blows are so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his lot. Nathan gets on his feet and drags himself towards Mother. His knees are torn and bloodied, his spirit broken. It is your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk to the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below. So sharp your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. The acolyte forces your head down, and you feel the lash being drawn above you, ready to strike. The priest's words are for you now. This is thy sacrament. Thou shalt work and endure and suffer. Thou art about to receive thy first true suffering by the sacred lash. Do thou accept thy lot. We're not going to accept it. We can raise our head and stand up. We can catch the lash. Hello, Suyoku. Hello, happy Saturday. Yep, a new game. The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. It's mostly just a reading. It's just a reading game. But we get to choose so many things. Whoa, this has a lot of consequences. I mean, I guess it is the most crazy thing to do, because we're supposed to just accept these lashes and let him whip us, but we're not gonna do that, because that's dumb. Kiss the sword. I don't know how we're gonna catch the lash. Like, it's just gonna hit our hands. Or we can just stand up. Don't put your lips on the blade. Well, the other kid kissed the flat of the blade, so, like, it's probably fine. Assuming we don't do it stupidly. We literally saw another kid do it before us, so hopefully we can manage it, like, not stupid. You just got home, long day, and you're exhausted. Today is a particularly tiring day. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, like, today I was just tired not for no reason, obviously, but, like, it's one of the days where I didn't realize I was, like, it's clearly been creeping up on me the past few days, and I didn't really realize how tired I was until, like, today hit, and then like, the tiredness set in. Slip the sword some tongue. I mean, honestly though, like, we're not supposed to kiss the sword, because our lot is one of lowborn people, so we're supposed to suffer, and we're just supposed to let him whip us. And he was supposed to kiss the sword. So honestly, kissing the sword at all is already, like, getting a little way too fresh. So I don't know what I want to do though. Like catch the lash, that one is like symbolic, but I feel that we aren't actually doing anything. Like we're still gonna get whipped. But we can raise our head, which I kind of like. But kissing the sword is good too. Cause like we've been doing this whole thing like the whole time where we wanted to be a soldier and we wanted to have you know, we had our little toy soldiers and we tried to play with our dad's sword. So like I feel we've been going on this journey. Like I want to just raise, you know, like do the born to suffer. Yeah, that we're not allowed to eat sweet things. We're not allowed to write poetry. We're not allowed to do anything good. We're not allowed to have a weapon at all. Not even a stick. Not even a stick. But we like soldiers and military stuff for some reason. And like raising your head and just standing up defiantly, it says down there. Like I like that. Like that's pretty cool. That's a good choice. But that feels like, you know, the cool like movie thing, you know, that like you would do and be like, I'm going to defy the system, blah blah blah. But like at the same time, I don't know if it really fits our character. I think kissing the sword fits our character a little bit better. So we'll go with that one. Even though it took a lot of our willpower. So we still have like I think 5 willpower left. We were saving up a lot, so it's fine. The whip slices through the air, about to strike, but your eyes are transfixed by the blade the priest holds in his other hand. You jump up and away. The lash misses you. You grab the blade with your hands. It cuts into them without mercy. The priest wrenches it away from your bloodied fingers. You look him straight in the eye. So are we gonna kiss it or like... So we did grab it. With our hands. See, I thought I was trying to save our hands by not grabbing the whip, but instead we just grabbed the sword. Why are we so dumb? Okay, well. I am Sir of House Brante. The priest freezes in shock. You seize this moment to pull the sword closer and kiss the smooth, cold blade. Stand up and kiss the priest. Honestly, the game didn't even see that one coming. You hear cries of outrage among the... How about stand up, grab the sword, and stab the priest? That's the one I like. You hear cries of outrage among the churchgoers. Mother prostrates herself on the jagged floor, racked in fear. Father remains still, baffled by what you have just done. But grandfather looks at you intently, as though truly seeing you for the first time. There is a semblance of respect in his gaze. Man, but he's such an ass. Oh no, we've got blood on the pages again. It's like the 5th time. You are forced back to the commoner's place at the altar. The acolytes seize you by the arms and legs and keep your face bent closely to the bloody, jagged stones of the floor. The lash strikes your right shoulder, then your left shoulder. Then you are told to rise. You are a commoner. Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the church. Once you are outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate and bringing shame to your family. Nathan holds your hand as you walk. His tearful face a mixture of confusion and awe as he looks into your eyes. But you do not feel as though you have made a mistake. You did what was right for you. Okay, yay, now we're just like at 0 with him. That's fine. I don't like him though. Okay, well we're adamant. I don't know when that happened, but... perception, we are inattentive. We do not know a single thing that is going on around us, and we're still ready for action, so that's fine. I have a little bit of willpower saved up. You have taken your first sacrament and received the commoner's lot. Oh. Nobleman sacrament. Achievement achieved. Achievement unlocked. Event has happened. Conditions. Greater than 0 willpower and kiss the sword. You challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Oh, I got another achievement. Juvenile. 1125, Childhood's End. The mark left on you by the sacrament takes a long, long time to heal. Mother says it is a reminder of your lot. Suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Gloria shows you the mark of the lash on her shoulder one day. It will never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is a lot you were born into. The Father keeps telling you to study hard, so you may yet earn a different lot and become a noble of the mantle. You recalled the past with warm sadness, when Stephen still lived with you, or when he wrote to you for a short time after he left. Now he thinks it beneath him to write to the commoners in his family. Why is this flashing over here? It's kind of distracting. That's true, we have a cool scar. We can show it off. But all the commoners have cool scars. So, like, it's not that special. Even the chicks have the cool scars. Now he thinks we need to write to... Okay. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often back then. This changed shortly before Nathan was born. But, most importantly, you missed the time before the terrifying figure of your grandfather was constantly looming over you. You learned the true power of the lot only after the head of the family's arrival. In grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserves to be treated with kindness. Is this just him, or is it the way of the entire world? The very thought makes you queasy. You are older now, and what's more, you are an elder brother now. You've learned how to care about someone else, how to teach and protect. Soon you are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, play gradually gives way to laborious study. Now your choices will decide your place in the bizarre, ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. Whoa. Okay, those were all the things that happened. Oh, that's true. That's true. We have, like, probably hand scars now, too. So, like, that's cool. They should give us a cool nickname so that everyone will know that we did a totally badass thing at our sacrament. I want the whole town talking about us. I want rumors. I want them to make me seem super cool or super crazy. We need to be famous or something. All right. Important life events that happened. Personal qualities that you've accumulated in childhood, they will convert into adult qualities at the end of Chapter 2, Adolescence. Determination, we are adamant, we are very determined, and we are very, very not perceptive. No idea a single thing is going on. Inner strength and the number of lesser deaths you have experienced. These qualities will stay with you for your entire life. Okay, we're untouched by death. Good. It's usually a good thing. Alright, continue. Ding ding. Continue.
I was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Oh, that was a short little cutscene. Adolescence. Okay. But I think, okay, well, first off, why is this doing this? Why is this, has it been doing this whole time? This little flash over here? Anyway, what's this? Oh, can't click on that. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream here for tonight because that took a lot longer than I thought it would. This game is longer than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be pretty quick because it's like, oh, it's just reading. It's just like making little choices. It should be a pretty quick game. But like, maybe because I'm reading it out loud, but it's been an hour and 40 minutes, right? Like, yeah, I've been playing for an hour and 40 minutes. But yeah, I spoke a sentence for the first time in my life back to being a commoner. Yeah, you at least you caught the end. I might play this some more on Tuesday. Since we're done Pentiment now. So this kind of like is like the medieval Renaissance drama to replace it, I guess. So maybe I'll play more of this, or Paranormal Site, or Who's Lila, depending on whichever I feel like on Tuesday. I don't even have a set pattern for Tuesdays anymore, so who knows? Um, but yeah, I think I'll say it seems like these chapters are pretty hefty, surprisingly. Um, I don't know. I'm still baffled by how an hour and 40 minutes have passed playing this game. I don't understand how that has happened. But yeah, wow. It does not feel like it's been that much content though, is the thing. Like, this will clearly be because you're also meant to like go through his life once and then go back over it multiple times, right? It barely felt like 10 minutes to you. I wonder why that is. um but like yeah, so like in theory this is going to be like at least 5 hours to get through his whole life, right? You're supposed to play it multiple times. This is a surprisingly hefty game. Like I thought this would be really quick and simple. Since I guess because the like visuals of the game seem pretty simple. It's like mostly text, so it felt like it should be pretty fast. But that's not the case, which is kind of cool. But again, still shocked that's been an hour and 40 minutes. Feels like it should have been half an hour. So kind of strange. But I am worried about getting into this and then like having it be another like hour and a half or 2 hours. Because in theory, you'd think that each chapter of life would get more involved, right? So like I don't really want to play for another like 2 hours. So I don't know about that. It's a lot of reading, and I'm worried about over perhaps I mean it's not a lot of voices though, which is good. So I don't have to like do all sorts of strange voices, but still. Anyway, does it save? I think it saves. Probably saves. There's a continue option at the beginning, so I guess maybe we need to click on that to click on anything. No, okay, whatever. Oh, I can just do that. Fine. Quit to main menu. Okay, saved automatically. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. Anyway, um, it probably saves TM. Yeah, yeah, it probably saves. Um, I kind of wish they usually told you somewhere in like the settings or something if it saved, or give you an option to save, even if it's just like a placebo to comfort you, even if it doesn't actually save. Like if it saves automatically, like give me the option to save myself. Just give me a little save button just so I can click it and feel better and know that it saved, you know? I just need to know. I just need to know. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll be back on Tuesday and probably on Thursday. This week things do in fact ease up significantly. Again, end of the academic year, so things slowly wrap up. Odds and ends of different responsibilities and stuff still, but slowly coming to an end. So this week's a bit easier for me. So probably we'll be streaming on Thursday too, in addition to Tuesday. So yeah, that's it for tonight. Be back on Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by, everyone who's here. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for watching. Um, no. Yeah, I have to, yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And, um, yeah, have a good couple of days. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around. Keep me company. And I will see you on Tuesday. Goodbye. Have a good night.